So I'm going to need to sit there with...
Hey guys, what's up? So we're getting ready to start the class here. Gonna have some fun. We'll start out with a warm-up. I have people here with me. I have my partners, Miss Sandra, John, and Nolan. So we're gonna start working this out all together. Let me get my cameraman over here. Alright, so we're going to start out today's class. It's going to be a little bit of warm-up. We're going to start at 5, so it's going to be 5 jumping jacks, 5 push-ups, 5 sit-ups, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. And we'll do a little bit more warm-up drill after that. And then what we'll do, we'll go right into some drills, okay? It's going to be basic today, everything from the closed guard. And hopefully you pick up some stuff that maybe you didn't see before. Alright, let's go. Hope everybody's doing those little warm-up, not cheating me. We're going to move on to a little bit here. So we're going to work on getting back to the knees as another warm-up drill. So we're going to start out with just a basic back fall. We go to our side. The leg gets on the floor, push it behind us. Spin to our knees. Now from here, we just sit out. And we're back to our back. Roll to our side. Leg gets on the floor, pushes behind us. I'm rotating on my shoulder here. Back to my knees. I sit out. All right, ready? Let's try that out a couple of times. Let's do it about 5, 6 times each. You might want to alternate sides, and we'll move into our drills right after this last thing. Ready? Let's go. Keep working. So Sam just finished our last one right here. Move on out, and we're going to move right to our drills. All right, everybody should be a little warmed up now. You don't have to go crazy. We're going to start out from the closed guard, and we're going to start out doing arm bar from the guard. I know it's a very basic technique, but there's a few details we're going to try to work through to try to get it to where we're actually working this here. All right, start out from the closed guard here. So it's important for me to get the arm bar from Sandra a little bit. I have to be able to break her posture down a little bit here. If she has really good tight posture here, it's really hard for me to move over and break this loose, right? So as I pull up, I'm going to swim in and out, and I'm going to shift to the side. So here, lift. My hands are going on the inside, out, and now as soon as I do it here, I'll open my legs, I'll push to the side. All right, that's going to be the first part of this technique. So once we get this part down, we can go ahead and finish out. Throw our leg over, our knees squeeze together, and we have our basic arm bar here. There's a lot of ways this has been shown here. It's been shown where you hold this arm here, you put your leg on the hip, you push yourself over, and you finish the arm bar. Very, very difficult to do that in a live match. Because as soon as I grab this arm and try to pull, they are fighting away, or they're smashing me and passing me and things like that. So from here, over. Now, I brought the arm with me. I'm already in place now. By the time they have a chance, I've already controlled. Leg comes up. I shoot down to the floor. This heel shoots down to the floor. My knees squeeze together. And I just bridge. And I have the arm bar. All right, ready? We're going to try it out. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. If anybody has any questions or you're having some problems with this here, just make a comment, and our great cameraman will relay to me what the question is, and we'll try to break it down a little bit even simpler. Or if you're messing up on one step or you can't quite understand what's going on, let us know, and we'll try to fix it from there. Okay? So right now, that's just a really basic arm bar from the guard. We're going to do it a couple more times, and then we'll just keep moving on, guys. Let's go. You're gonna move as it's coming out. You're gonna make that move automatically. So here, as it open up, you move right now. Just keep this leg against my hip, and just move your body. Keeping this right here. Now it's already half the battle. Now I'm already leaned over. My head's low. Now it can come right over. Look, my arms in proper place for you and everything. Here, move. Good job. That's the excellent job. Let's do it one more time. Let's move back some. Anybody have any questions or anything? We're looking good?
I got a question, Brian.
Yes.
This is what I'm discovering. Okay, so I'm doing this right, and now I have an arm on the outside. And it's kind of challenging for me to bring it on here.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe I'll just
Sure.
Nope.
Let's work through that real quick. So I have Sandra. And once I break and I move, look what I'm doing here. I'm breaking here. As I move, I'm getting that tricep already into me. And now I'm in place already. So I scoop. 1, 2. See, she's holding. I bring it up, break the posture, break the arms out, move. My leg is actually helping me with that arm there. The arm is down, she's already down. Move my leg, it's gonna come with me.
right, but you still gotta get over across your body.
Well, actually, I don't have to get here. I can finish that arm bar right here. And when I bring this leg up, look what the arm does. Look where it went.
Yeah.
So everything was done with my leg here. You know, it's pretty strong if somebody can hold their arm out and stop my leg from moving. Especially somebody, your leg strength, you know, it's going to be able to move every time. If I do 1 and she pulls down, now I'm going to try to move, right? Still, look, hard to do because I'm waiting for them to set. In our mind, we're already moving through this whole subject, this whole matter here. Up, here, I'm already moving. As I'm breaking here, I'm already moving to the side. Now the arm's down, but it's on the inside of my thigh. Holding, I get it every time. All right? So you go ahead and drill that a couple of times, see what you think. Look at, yeah. Close. Just want to, you scoop the wrong arm that time. You scoop this arm when you move to that side. You want to scoop this arm as you move that leg. Here, now go close. Good. That was here. No, you're struggling.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it a little bit harder than it has to be.
Right.
All right, one more time here. Break, move. As I'm moving, as I break this out, I'm already to the outside of her arm. I'm already to the side, and I've already pulled this to maybe my armpit area. Now look, once I move this here, it's already in place to put this over. In reality, there's no way I'm gonna be able to hold this arm, hold this gi, move over, and get this here. It's just not gonna work that way. We catch arm bars, especially if I'm here, and she moves over and I break this down here, or maybe I just climb up. Now when I have this climb up here, I'm holding here, then it's really easy just to move over, and the arm's where it's at. Several ways to get this arm bar. We're trying to break it down so we can just break this posture first. That's the first part that has to happen. Over. Done. All right? Work it a few more times, and we're going to move on to the next technique.
Dora says you need to be louder.
Look at Nolan. That's a good job, Nolan. That's it. Maybe it's just youth.
Well, I think the problem is that when I do that opening, I've already done muscle memory to go to a certain technique. It's usually Kimura.
And that does make sense. That would be another basic technique we could go right to. Go ahead. Look at that. You have him now. Pull this up to your armpit. Look at that, man. Good. Shove him. Shove him that way with that leg. We can do that, too. You can just go lock position. If that's going to be your choice. Your drug of choice tonight. All right, so let's move on. Still the close guard. Still doing the swim break. And then we're going to go for another basic technique, which John talked about a while ago, which is going to be Kimura. Kimura is probably one of the best techniques for submission you can use. For passing, for sweeping, for submission. It's a great technique to learn. It's one of the first techniques I think you should learn. And just keep working through it over time, and you'll get more proficient at it. You'll be able to get it from different positions, and you'll notice that you can use a lot of things with it. So once again, Sandra starts in my close guard. Now, if I want, this is what I try to tell everybody. Anytime I see daylight between their arm and their body, I'm going to shoot for Kimura. Now, Kimura is a simple grip here. I'm just going to show you, and then we'll work the technique. I reach straight out and I grab. I never use my thumb. I don't grab this way here. I grab like this here. Hold. Now, as I sit up, my arm's going to go over their tricep, back to my wrist. I'm up, over, back to my wrist. Now, I like to just shrug over, and then I make the palm touch the back of the head. And that is the submission part, because the arm doesn't really move that way. The shoulder lock. So one more time, just how to do the submission. I grab, I hold, I shoot over the tricep, back to my own arm here. I hold this in. Now, a key thing is, if we keep our arms out here and try to move this here, we are losing so much strength, right? You get with somebody who's strong, so we have to make sure these arms are in tight. I like to make sure this tricep is pressed against my chest. Now I'm using my core to move this arm instead of my arms against their strength of their arm. If you get somebody who's much larger than you, you may lose this battle if your arms are out like this here. They just start to straighten their arm out, and you're like, oh, and you can't get it, or they shove their arm in. So here, my arms are tight. In here, I'm pressing this in. My elbow's clamping down on this part here. Everything is tight. When I move as one motion here. And that's how I'm getting that submission properly. All right, so this way we're going to work it. We're going to break up, break the posture. And before we bring in the arm to us, now this arm's here, I'm just going to grab. I'm going to swim over, grab here. Arms are in tight. Now I just continue to motion right here. Keep this here and make that push to get that shoulder lock. Close guard. Bring our legs in. I like to try to bring them up a little bit. Not so much just bringing them into where they're collapsing on top of me. I'm bringing my knees to the ceiling, breaking free. If I get both of them, great. If maybe this one here, maybe I just concentrate on one side here. Bring my knees up, break to one side. immediately I shoot over, grab my wrist, I grab that wrist, my arms come in tight to my body, and I shoot that back of the palm to the back of the head. We're good? All right, let's try it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I felt the difference. Keep them arms in tight. Oh. So tight. You can feel the difference when you close down on it, on the arm. I don't have any range of motion to be able to combat it. It's nice and tight right there.
You gotta get closer.
Arms in tight. Good. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to try to move your body over some, so this leg comes more across my back. That way it's going to give you, especially somebody who's really strong, it's going to give you the advantage to be able to shove that arm and continuing without limiting your range of motion. Here, look at that, good. Your arms weren't in that time either, I felt it. So,
One or two things.
all kind
Can't
of
do
good
them all
things,
at the same
all
time.
kind of good stuff working right now. Good.
That's good.
Good.
Right now, it's just another
Yeah.
option. I found a lot of times if I'm doing Kimura and I'm grabbing a
Who's your
arm,
thumb?
they gotta pull away right away. But if I can trap
Absolutely. So, when we do a submission, you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is, you are doing steps like that, but it's almost one fluid motion, right? Because if I have Sandra, and I break the guard on Sandra, I go 1, and then I decide to go 2. You know, after waiting this long, it's over. I've lost it here. So if we do it this way here, see, that's that motion that you're looking for. I've already shrunk to the side where I need to get to. I've already come over the tricep. So yes, it is 1, 2, but guess what? Now I've made a really more of one complete technique, a one fluid motion instead of trying to break it down, chop it down 1, 2, 3, move forward. If we're trying to learn the technique, it's perfectly fine to go 1, 2, arms in tight, move over and push. That's fine. But as we get better with the technique, we need to start getting this more fluid. I'm already up and over, almost like you did, except I'm going to control that wrist right out the gate. You know, unless I'm trying to do a shoulder sweep or something. Up. Now it's, from here it's too late for them to do anything. And that was just quick. She can try, but you know what? This arm is going to touch the back of that head, and we're going to get that shoulder lock, and we're going to get that submission that we need to. So, as you start to work this technique, and you start getting used to doing the Kimura, start it from a basic position like we just started here. Start it out, 1. 1. Grab. Over. Back. And then finish it this way here. That's a great way to start learning the technique, right? We can't have that speed like we normally have right out the gate. We have to do it slowly and build up each step of the way until we can able to move really quick and right into the technique of it. And so as the next little bit, as you practice at home and you practice this technique, do it this way. Try it slow. Learn the technique. Find out the errors you're making. Add speed to where it's just going to be a fluid motion to you after a while, and it'll be right there for you every time. All right. Any questions on any of that stuff? We're looking good? Wow, no questions. You guys are so good today.
How many
There's a
people
ton
you
of
got on?
questions.
14.
So, yeah, not too bad. All right, so we have that going on. So now, let's look at the Kimura. This is going to go into a little bit more advanced stuff. We're going to do the Kimura from half guard, but we're not going to use it for submission. We're going to use Kimura for sweep. It's a great technique. Once I said, it's good for submission, it's good for sweeps. We start out in half guard. So now I'm going to go, if she is on my right leg, I'm going to attack the right arm. It's the Kimura works the same way. I'm here. But now instead of me trying to submit, because maybe I don't think I'm in a position to, they bury this in here. Because this is really what's going to happen here. They're going to bury that hand on the inside, and I'm not going to be able to pull this out. You know, it's going to be very difficult. So now I have the decision to make. Let's work on a sweep from here. So now as here, I'm going to open up my legs. And they're going to be like, oh, I can pass. When they go to pass, I'm going to run my head toward them this way. I'm on my back, my head's toward them, I'm just going to push. I'm going to maintain control. Now I'm on top position here. Whether I trap their arm, I don't know what the arm's going to do. Now from here, I'm not going to try to pull up. It's going to be very difficult to pull up, right? I am going to turn the wrist like this here, and I'm going to pull this away. Now I'm going to come up, over, and behind. Now we can switch our legs and finish the submission. The key to this here is I turn. Look what I do with this wrist. I turn. I don't just leave it here where there's no pressure on the wrist, just trying to pull it out. I turn. Now I've got a little bit of pressure on that wrist there, makes the lock a little bit less effective for them, and I'm able to rip this away up and behind. So let's do it one more time here. All right, we're in half guard. First thing in half guard, we'll talk about later on in future videos and future classes here, is stopping this arm from coming here. So you get here and you have a lot of work to do to get out of this, right? So right now we're gonna work right here. One, over, back to my wrist. I think I've got the submission, but they bury it in. Too late. I can't get it out. I cannot pull her arm out from there. So next thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna sweep, right? Open my leg till they have no pressure. Now they go to sweep. I run my head. I'm this way here. I just have to push now. Maintain your figure four, that grip, up on top. I turn the wrist and I pull away. Up, behind, switch, and I just finish my submission from right there. It's going to make a big difference if I twist this wrist or if I don't twist this wrist and pulling that grip away, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and let's work it with each other, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You can try out first.
Then you can try it first.
Look at that. Excellent job. Let's do it again.
It's good. Very good.
Nice. Now let's see how we do with the other side.
This side doesn't work so well.
You don't break my shoulder. How are your shoulders?
Yeah, they can. Twist. Close. That was not
All
quite
right, so
smooth.
to twist the wrist, I have to lift up a little bit. Is that okay?
No, you don't have to. Just do this.
You're right.
Like a motorcycle, right? So if I have the figure four here, I just twist. That's all I'm doing. Like the throttle on those, I'm just turning that right there. So if you're going to get your figure four grip on me. Look, I'm all back on her. Feel better.
Okay. The grip like this.
Yeah, just turn, just twist. And that puts a lot of pressure. Especially if you're dealing with somebody a little bit bigger like John or something like that, you're going to have to do something like that. Because his grip and his strength alone is just are amazing.
I'm sorry, I gotta do that.
He's beating his boy up.
Oh.
Top position. Twist, twist. Look at that. Oh man, that's so good. Doing that twist really makes a big difference on what we're doing here. And that's how we're getting that part there. All right, so that's a couple techniques. That's 3 techniques we worked from 2 from close guard, 1 from half guard, right? We did an arm bar and 2 Kimuras. So I'm just going to introduce what we're going to do next class, and then I'll give you guys a little sample of what we're going to do. It's going to go back to close guard. It's not going to be so much of a basic technique as maybe an intermediate technique. Still not super hard, but it's really a great technique to use when you're in a close guard here. everything starts out with breaking this down. I have to break her down first, and when I break her down, I move to the side some. Right? I use this leg, I like to just put it on her hip right here, and I'm holding them tight, and I'll start working the gi out. As much gi as I can out here, and I'm gonna pass it to this leg, this hand here. Now, this leg goes in the gi, and I push up. So now with this here, I have a lot of control over this arm here. She's not going anywhere, and I have this arm. Guess what we can do? Grab, right back to Kimura. Or we can sweep from this technique. There's a lot of things we can do. I'm not going to get into details on that right now. I just want to give you a little look at what we're going to do for next class, and then we'll work on that. So Monday at 6:15 will be the next class that we're going to do in Jiu Jitsu. We're going to build off of what we're doing here. We're going to add this intermediate technique, and then after a week or so, we're going to put in some advanced techniques, so where we can really work some crazy stuff that maybe you guys can really be challenged on doing this here. If you ever have any questions, you can always send me a message on it and ask me how to do it. If you need me to send you a video, or if you have a question while the class is going on, you can always ask the question, and they'll relay it to us, and we can work from there, okay? All right, so now we have about 30 minutes of drilling. You guys got some more rolling to do, so if you have a partner at home, let's get with that partner. Let's do a couple 5-minute rounds. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let's roll.
Finish?
No, we'll show a little bit of, we're going to be on Sandra a little bit, John, and Nolan a little bit here. We're just going to show some easy rolling. We don't have to go crazy. We're just going to show a little bit of rolling, and so we can go from there. And if you guys have any questions during that, go ahead and ask your question at that time. We're just going to start on the ground. We're not going to start standing right now, and we'll go from there. Good job, guys. Continue to roll. We'll see you next week.